We got the thumbs up, right? We're rolling.
Feel like the Fonz. Hey.
Oh boy, here we are. This is a treat, my friend. This is a treat. Sean Martin here, ITSP Magazine, coming to you from RSA conference. You can probably hear it in the background, all the noise, the buzz from the expo floor. Day 3, Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday.
We'll go with Wednesday, and it's a good day for food for thought, Larry.
Yes.
It's a good day for food for thought. I'm here with Larry Whiteside Jr., if you didn't know that already. Amazing friend, amazing human. It's a treat to have you on, Larry.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yep.
I love having these conversations.
Yep. Amazing stuff. So I want to, we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
I don't think we'll see if we talk about tech, but I don't think we're going to talk much about tech. I want to talk about what you can't see because we're looking at a backdrop here. It's all the people that make this thing happen. And this thing isn't just a show. This thing isn't just about technology. This thing is about people protecting businesses, protecting society, protecting the world. I'm being a little grand there, but it's the truth.
Right.
It's the truth. If our water's not clean, if the power is not on, if we can't get our money from the bank, we're in trouble. And there's people behind all of that. And we struggle sometimes, Larry. We struggle sometimes, right?
We do. So the reality is none of this exists without people because we do it for people and it's done by people, right? So a lot of times we miss that. We think this is about technology and it's not. And because when we start thinking that it's about technology, it's when things begin to go awry, right? And so we were talking earlier about the breadth of what this show is today and how it's grown, and it's grown beyond the center that it's in. So we're no longer just in Moscone, right? We're in Moscone West, which didn't exist a number of years ago. We're now also in the Marriott, which so it's just continuing to grow. At the same time, the threats are continuing to grow. The number of people trying to come into this industry are continuing to grow. There's a lot of opportunity and a lot of risk that's happening right now.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go straight there, Larry. I want to talk about this because it's important. You do a food for thought post.
I do.
And you're out and about, you're speaking from the heart, you're speaking to me, everybody else, but when I'm watching that, you're speaking to me. And what you say resonates, my friend. What you say resonates. It touches me, and it makes me think, it makes me pause, makes me reflect, makes me feel, and I appreciate you for that. You did a post this morning, don't repeat it, but kind of, it was a powerful one. Yeah. It was a powerful one, and it involved, I couldn't quite pick up the other person involved in the story, but tell us about what you said today.
Yeah, so this post was about mindfulness, right? So in our industry, we are working very, very, very hard. And we hear the topic of burnout a lot, right? People are burning out of their roles, whether you're an executive or whether you're a practitioner. People are burning out because we're working very hard to solve a very hard problem. But often what we're forgetting is that as we're working hard, we're driving our people hard. They're people. They have families. They have their own ecosystem. And I did a post a few weeks ago talking about people are whole entities. They're not just employees. They typically have family. They have things going on outside of work. And we used to call this work-life balance. Oh, do you have work-life balance? And I don't really look at it as just balance. I look at it as you're a whole person. Are all of you as a whole person doing okay? We often focus on the work side of people. Hey, how are you doing? Have you completed this task? Why have you not completed these tasks? Right? But for me, I like to think about the other side of the person. Hey, how are your kids? Hey, how's your girlfriend? How's your boyfriend? How's your husband? How's your partner? Having those dialogues because we are whole people. So in that post, I talked about mindfulness and about being mindful of people and recognizing that it's important to make people understand and know that you care about them holistically and not just for what they can do for you or do for the organization that you work for, right? And I had a gentleman who literally saw me. I was carrying a box across the street to help some people, and he saw me and he said, hey, can I pray with you? I was like, yes, absolutely. And I thought, And it was funny because I carry around a little notebook so I can take notes and write.
Right.
And he says, I see you have your Bible. I said, well, it's actually not a Bible, it's my notebook. I said, but if you look at this thing I'm wearing, right? So love Christ, love church, and love community, right? And my other one says, pray first, right? So when he did that, I got a chill, but we stood there in the middle of the Marriott Hotel and just prayed together really quickly.
Yeah.
And what that did for me, right, was showed that there's somebody who saw me and just in the moment cared about all of me. He didn't know me. We had never met before, but he approached me in such a genuine way. It changed my day.
Yeah.
Not that I was having a bad day, but it changed my day where I immediately had to give that post because I believe this community matters. And at the end of the day, if we aren't here supporting each other, nothing that we do matters. None of the risks that we protect, none of the threats we're mitigating, none of it matters.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's about all these people.
Yep. And I mean, that really struck me today. What kind of feedback do you get? I mean, I know I've shared my thoughts on some of your posts, but I know you have an impact on a lot, and maybe some of it's sent privately as well. So we don't want to share something that's not meant to be shared publicly. But I mean, you touch a lot of people, Larry. So what do you hear back from folks?
So it's interesting. I'm gonna try not to get emotional,
Okay.
but I did a post one day where I said, "You never realize that people are watching. Somebody's always watching, right? So being a good steward, being a good human, and focusing on helping others, people are watching, and you don't even know it. So I'm getting married in less than 6 weeks, right? Right. So I had a bachelor party, right? Me and 12 executives that I've made relationships with over the last, 15, 20 years, all fly down to Panama, right? 4 or 5 days in Panama. So we have a dinner. And at this dinner, each of these guys that I've known for a long time began sharing my impact on them. I'm like, wait, what? Like, you're the global CISO of this. You're the global CTO of this. You're like, these are all these, and little old me, I don't do anything for me. I don't do anything for recognition. And they've never said these things to me, but we're sitting at a dinner and they're telling me these things that I'm like, and it just made me think about every one of us has the opportunity to positively impact others.
Yep.
We do. Whether you take it or not is a choice. But if you hit the moment of realizing that this is bigger than you and you're doing this for a bigger purpose than you, doesn't matter what you do on a day-to-day basis, doesn't matter what your job is, it is that hearing from other people, how you've touched them, that really is like, holy crap, like it's a serious moment. Sorry.
No, I love it, brother. I love it. And I mean, it's easy, especially when it's a work environment like this, to look at somebody as their role.
Right.
Right?
That's how we see people.
They are an analyst. They are a CISO. They are a CIO. And when you're out on this floor, they have the budget. They have the power for ops. They have... And it's hard to break through that sometimes. And,
it is.
But I have tons of... I don't have maybe quite the impact you do, my friend, on folks. But I certainly can call hundreds, if not thousands, of people here, certainly friends, much or more close to me than others.
Right.
And I try my best to make time for those moments. We've been together at some of those moments this week, where it's not about what can we do with each other. It's how can we enjoy time with each other.
So first let me say, you are touching hundreds of thousands of people, and you don't know it, because the thing is the reality is things are said outside that may not ever come to you. But I will tell you, in the conversation I've had with hundreds and thousands of people, you are touching people, right? And so know and understand that. That's number one. Number two is, when you do things out of genuine care for others, you feel it just in the way people are open. When you call them, they answer. When you ask them to show up, they show up. That is the testament to why they do it, because they know who you are and what you do for this community. So know and understand that.
I appreciate that, man.
I try and tell people all the time, if you're doing something for the wrong purpose, it may not show itself in the beginning, but at some point, you're going to call on someone and they're not going to show up. You're going to call on someone and ask for something and ask them to do something, and you're not going to be able to do it. And it's because at some point along the way, you went askew and were doing things, and it became apparent that you're doing things for the wrong reason and for the wrong purpose.
Integrity is key, man.
100%. Well, that's what our industry is built on, right?
Yeah.
Our industry is built on integrity. But you would be amazed at how many people come in this industry and are letting the glimmer, the lights, and the money pull them into directions that really aren't aligned to the basis of what this industry is doing.
Ah, boy. I didn't realize there was going to be a love fest.
I didn't either.
I did, actually, because I wanted to share what you do, because it's important, and I think I'm going to let people soak this up. I think we're gonna leave it with, please connect with Larry on LinkedIn.
Yeah, reach out to me.
The food for thoughts.
Let me tell you how they originated.
Please do.
So, my brain is always going.
Okay.
Right? And I talk to a lot of people. I mentor a lot of people. And so I would have these thoughts, and I would then go research it myself. And I would go, man, I wonder what, or I wonder why, or I wonder how. And I would just start Googling and then reach out to a couple of people on LinkedIn, and then one day I was like, wait, so I'm a part of this amazing global community of really, really smart people. Why am I trying to figure these things out on my own? Let me take these questions to the community. Let me ask them their thoughts on these things that have confounded me, right? And I do a lot of walking, I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of meditating. And when these things happen, I'm like, and I have a whole list. Literally, I've got on the Apple, you've got the note. I've got hundreds of things that I've taken a note in there that I'm gonna add. I should ask somebody this. And so I've got a ton of food for thought, prepped and ready to go. But it's that aspect of, there's this wonderfully smart community out there of all who have experienced things, gone through things, done things, thought about things, and likely the things I'm thinking about and questioning, that they would love to provide answers to. And that's what started it. It was just, let me ask this question, right? And for me, because I love to run my mouth, I think that's, God has given me that one talent that I do extremely well. And so with it, I said, let me just record myself while I was out walking my dogs. And I put it out there, and I got such good feedback from people answering the questions, and then people I don't know coming up to me at different conferences I speak at, like, oh, yes, I watch your Food for Thought, right? I was like, oh, well, great, like, I didn't know you saw that, right? So for me, that started, and that's what's gonna continue it.
And it is food for thought. I'm fed when I watch it and listen to it. So Larry, I love you, brother.
I love you too,
Thank you for spending this time with me.
Absolutely.
And give some love to this guy. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please stay tuned. RSA conference, more from ITSP and great guys like this. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be even as good as this. Let me tell you, I'm just saying, Larry.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.